Hi everyone. Sorry for our sound problems. You're here at Burnbrae Farms in Lynn, Ontario. This is the original Burnbrae Farms. This is where it all began. We're so excited to have you here today to take you on a tour of our grading stations. Right now we're in the ungraded cooler, which is where the eggs come in from the farms that ship to us. There's more than 1,000 egg producers in Canada, and Burnbrae has 7 grading stations, and more than 400 of those farmers ship their eggs to us. At this particular location in Lynn, Ontario, we have a lot of our own production that comes into this facility, and more than 35 egg farmers that also ship their eggs into us. So what you're looking at are ungraded eggs, and we're going to take you on a tour through the plant to see how the eggs get graded, all the way to where we deliver them to the grocery stores on trucks. So we're really excited to take you on this tour. First, we're going to start. I'm just going to need a little bit of history. So Burnbrae, it's my family business. I'm fourth generation on our farm, and it was my great grandfather who purchased the farm. There's a fella on a lift truck picking up and delivering eggs, but he purchased the farm in 1891. This is our 130th anniversary. And it was my dad when he was 13 years old. He purchased 50 chickens for an agricultural class and introduced chickens to our dairy and mixed cash crop farm. And over the course of the next 20 years, we transitioned the farm from dairy to eggs, and it became the main focus of our farm. And then my dad, over his 80-year span in our industry, expanded our business across Canada. And now we grade eggs in 7 grading stations, as I said, and we also have 3 processing plants and a number of different farms. So now I'm going to take you out of the ungraded cooler where the eggs arrive, and I'm going to take you into the grading station. And I have my sister here with me helping. It's about to get noisy, so you're going to have to listen up. So we're coming into the grading station. There's a lot of activity going on in here, and my glasses have gone foggy. But what you can see, there's 2 ways the eggs make it onto the loader. One is through these robots that you can see here. This is where the eggs are loaded. And these robots actually load the eggs. They're not currently working. And the machine is down for some reason. And then when the egg belt is full, or if there's space open in the egg belt, they will manually load eggs here as well, as you can see. And that keeps the belt full for going into the grading machine. So you see all these eggs, trays of eggs lined up, and they're being picked up. And I'm handing my phone so you can see how they get picked up and suctioned onto the belt. So there you go. So he's showing you how the eggs get loaded onto the machine. The trays get picked up and they move down through the system. And then there's suction cups at the end that actually pick the eggs up and put them on the belt. I started working for the business when I was 8 years old. I picked eggs, I packed eggs. I even worked a loader, which is a very hard job. You have to be really strong. And so he's coming back so you can see how the eggs make it onto the machine. And so the next phase of egg grading, once they go on the belt, they actually get washed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take you around so you can see egg washing. Thank you so much. He carried the phone over so you can see the eggs going. Hi guys. You're on live camera. So we're going through here. And you can see this is a fun way to do a tour. I normally take people, not live streaming through a service. So this is kind of fun. But you can see there's lots of activity going on in here. These guys are loading the end cases. That's more the end of the process. We're picking up shrimp rack cartons. Hello. And they're shrink wrapping eggs. And we're heading on over. This is where the trays that come off the line dirty, they get washed in that machine. That's my sister. Say hi to. And we're going to show you egg washing. So this is the back side of the grading machine. Hello. Good. We're going into the egg washing room. It's very noisy, but you can see the eggs. You can see the eggs are coming out of the washer here. And this is what it looks like inside the washer. You see the eggs. The eggs are getting washed. Okay. So I'm coming out of this room because we don't want the phone to fog up. But what's going on there? The eggs are being washed. And you'll notice that in Europe, eggs are not refrigerated, but they're always refrigerated here in Canada. And I'm going to take you in here. This is more of the washing process. And you can see the candling. You can see there's a light. So that light is helping to pick out the defects in the eggs. So in Canada, we wash the eggs, we candle the eggs, and then we dry the eggs. This is very loud. I'm going to take you in here. Whoa. The eggs are being dried in there. So because we wash the eggs, we remove the protective coating. And so that means the eggs need to stay refrigerated. Whereas in Europe, they don't actually wash the eggs. They just brush them. So they don't need to refrigerate them. But all that said, I think Canada has fewer incidences of food safety issues with eggs because we wash and refrigerate our eggs. So that's an extra safety measure we take in Canada versus other parts of the world. Here you can see the eggs coming up the line. This is actually a crack detector. So it actually, once we wash the eggs and then we take out the bloods and the dirt, we actually take out the cracks next. And so this is a device that actually taps the eggs and notices defects in the eggs and takes out the ones that are broken. And so you get clean eggs that are defect-free coming out. The ones that do, they'll get diverted away from our packaging and into a line where the eggs are sold for pet food or to get broken, but they don't go to the table egg market into a carton. And this machine is a super big, long machine, and that is weighing the eggs because eggs are divided into different sizes by weight. So you can see on the line, we've got a whole bunch of different packaging going on the line. Some of these eggs will go and get broken, but they're going in trays and they get used in the liquid market. And others are eggs that are going out to customers. And you can see we've got Burnbrae Super Bonnie eggs here. And those are our jumbo eggs, so they're over 70 grams. We've got a bunch of different egg types going on. Some of them are fiber, some of them are plastic. We actually moved away from plastic packaging pre-COVID, but hi guys. But we actually ran out of packaging through the crisis, and we had to bring plastic packaging back for to be able to supply eggs to Canadian consumers through the pandemic. You can see here we've got Super Bonnie bubble fibers on there, and these eggs will be going loose to food service, so back into the restaurant trade. So all kinds of different egg cartons, and again, all of the eggs coming down here will be getting graded by weight after they've been washed and dried and had some of the defects taken out and get packaged. So we'll show you the other side of the packaging line once I take you through this. So in the pandemic, as I said, we ran out of egg packaging, and we had a lot of eggs moved from being needed at food service to being needed at retail. So you see this package coming down the line, it's a 30 pack. You would have noticed more and more 30 packs out on the market, and a lot of them in medium size. And that's because that's the size of egg we had through the pandemic. And because we ran out of dozen packaging, we started packing eggs to consumers on trays. So we're still doing that to this day. Hello. You can see these eggs going through here. They shrink wrap them, and then they go through that tunnel, and that actually closes the eggs. Like it shrinks the plastic around the eggs, so that they come out of the system looking like this. And then they go into boxes. Hello. So that's how the 30-pack eggs get packaged, and and that's why you've been seeing more of those items through the pandemic. I guess we have a question. What's the difference between white and brown eggs? This is a very common question that we get here at Burnbrae Farm. And you know, the interesting thing is a lot of people have misconceptions about the difference between white and brown. It's, it's the breed of the bird. The white eggs are coming from primarily Leghorn, and the Rhode Island red lays the brown eggs. Brown chickens, though, tend to be bigger. They tend to eat more feed. They tend to lay fewer eggs, and so their eggs are more expensive. And if you're looking for a more nutritious egg, it's more about the diet than it is about the breed of the bird. So if you want a more nutritious egg, looking for the ones where we feed flaxseed, they're enriched with omega-3. There you're getting a better mix of fatty acids and more of the important omega-3s. So here you can see the eggs, they're coming down the line, and it's very interesting because these lines close the carton. So I'll try to get, so you can see that. You can see they're coming down, they get packaged, and now, if you can see there, they're actually being closed. And then they come up the line, and whatever are closed, they close at the end, and they put them in these wire baskets. And it's interesting because the egg industry has always used a returnable container, wire baskets, store carts. You can see a lot of plastic trays, trying to eliminate the amount of packaging waste in our industry. And even the egg cartons, the fiber cartons are like recycled paper. And even the plastic, when we launched the plastic egg carton, it was with PET one, polyethylene one, the most recyclable form of plastic. So as long as you get your plastic carton into the blue box, it should come back through as another egg carton or a pop bottle through the recycling stream. But all the materials used in the egg industry tend to be very recyclable or made from recycled materials as well. So anyway, these are the eggs packaged in the wire basket, coming down the line, and then they go on skids, and then the skids go out into the cooler, and they get palletized by the shippers and loaded onto the trucks. So we're going to take you into the egg cooler next, but this is the process of the grading of the eggs, which is washing them, weighing them, taking out the defects, just dividing them up by weight, putting them into the different cartons, and then the cartons get staged to go and get shipped. So into the egg cooler we go. Here we go. Why is it called candling? That was another question. Why is it called candling? Because they used to do it by a candle. It's pretty incredible. You shine a light up through the egg, and you can see the defects in the egg, and that was definitely a way. I understand they once did it using a candle, so that's why it is called candling. Some of our facilities we still use lights and human eye to detect the defects. This particular machine is automated, and we have like a crack detector on it, but that is why it's called candling. So you can see here eggs as far as the eye can see. Here's our Super Bonnie extra large, or extra large cartons. We've got some Omega Nestle, the Nestle eggs. So our industry is moving away from conventional cages towards ones that have nest areas and perches. It's shown that a chicken will push through a heavy door to get to a nesting area. Very important to provide that attribute for them to lay their eggs. And so we've developed a new type of housing, enriched housing, where they have a nesting area, a place to perch, a place to scratch, but you still have a very clean, safe, affordable egg coming out of that process. So this is showing you the code date, and if you understand the code date, that's the date that the eggs August 13th in this case, 2021. That's to maximize grade A freshness. So when you crack that egg open, you end up with a nice, the egg white's thick, and it sits high on the yolk sits high on the egg white. We call that the high unit, the thickness of the white. So a nice fresh egg will have a nice thick egg white. There are some exceptions. In the summertime, the chickens tend to drink a lot of water, and sometimes the egg white can get a little bit runnier. So we can often find the eggs they don't have quite as high a HA unit during the summer as they do sometimes in other months, but that is what that code date means in terms of maximizing grade A freshness.
What size eggs are the biggest sellers?
Well, the chicken lays over like around 60% large eggs. So you'll find most recipes call for large eggs. Sorry, someone asked what is the biggest seller size of egg. So it is large. That is the bulk of what the chicken lays. And then in a medium, chicken lays about 20% medium eggs. But what you find is a lot of the medium eggs go for surplus, and they get broken, and they would become liquid eggs, like Simply Egg Whites or Egg Creations whole egg. They'll get broken into a liquid egg for retail market for consumers, but also get sold to, for mayonnaise or salad dressing, other products like that, or going to bakeries for baked goods. So the broken eggs tend to go towards that. Are there any more questions?
How many eggs do we grade in a day?
How many eggs do we grade in a day? So at this location, we grade roughly 1 million eggs a day. Yeah, that's how many eggs we grade at this location. It's a lot of eggs that that machine can handle. So these are all the eggs staged for shipping. The shippers will go and the stores will send in their orders. They want 10 large, 15 medium, 5 omega, 3 organic, and the shippers will stage those orders, and then they come back through onto our back dock, and the stage orders get shipped out to the grocery stores, and that's where you find them. I'm trying not to get run over by a lift truck. You can hear them beeping, telling everybody who's moving around. It's a fast-moving environment back here. A question we often get asked is, how old are the eggs? And I would say, on average, eggs in the grocery store reach the grocery store within 3 to 7 days, which is probably a surprise to most people. They probably think they're a lot older. The eggs on this farm, actually, they're laid here. They come through the inline. They get packed. They could be 3 days old when they're sitting on the grocery shelf. So this is a truck that's, I guess, ready. There's Greg the Egg, our funny egg mascot. He's quite cute. But you can see the trucks are getting loaded. Some of these are getting unloaded from ungraded, and the eggs are getting ready to get shipped into the grocery stores. This one is being unloaded. And there we go. And there's a small, short, straight truck for some of the smaller, tight customers that we have, where you can't put in a great big, long 53-foot trailer. A lot of people want to know, some of the things that we're doing around sustainability. And we recently, like in the late 2019, we took live our farm in Woodstock, which is completely solar powered. In fact, it generates more energy on an annual basis through the sun than it uses, and in fact, it exports energy to an adjoining Burnbrae farm, and we took down energy usage on that farm by 15%. So we've been working on sustainability initiatives. We were so successful with that we've recently, just in the last month, commissioned a second solar field here at the farm in Lynn. And all of our free run barns here are now fully solar powered on an annual basis. And other things, we have truck skirts, we do automatic transmissions. We know that our trucks are probably one of the highest sources of carbon usage, so we're looking at ways to try to reduce our energy there. We've got a really enhanced and integrated animal welfare program where we're constantly trying to ensure that the birds in our care get the best possible care. We have a slogan around Burnbrae, every hen matters. And we're always working for ways to maximize care in all of the housing systems that we use. And, you know, we've got health and safety programs for everybody who work here, always trying. We don't want people to prevent accidents on our farms. And we've got great community programs where we're out interacting with the community, making donations, doing we have a fire truck pull to raise money.
We have a question. Where are our farms located?
Yeah, so for our grading stations in Ontario, yeah. So we have a grading station in Strathroy, one in Mississauga, and the one here in Lynn, and they all grade eggs from farms within about roughly 2 hours of each grading facility. So we would be pulling eggs from farmers in around the GTA. Believe it or not, there's some in the Greenbelt and beyond around Mississauga. There's some around the Strathroy area, and there's about 36 farms around the Lynn area. And I think one of the things that's great about our industry is that, you know, the eggs are local. Like there's 1,000 farms across Canada, and we're bringing in eggs from the farms around our grading stations and delivering them to the communities around those grading stations. So that's a really great thing about our industry. Are there any more questions? So I think that pretty much wraps up the tour. Sounds like a lunch break. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us. It's been great to take you. It's a fast moving business. There's always lots going on. It sounds like they need to fix the chain on Packer 3, but anyway, sorry about that. So I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us. So excited. It's my first virtual tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And I would encourage all of you to go visit the Farm and Food Care website. They've done some great work pulling together tours of our industry, a whole bunch of industries. You can learn more about how food makes it to your table. They've got some basic tours and they've got 360 tours. And I just really encourage you all to go there and visit their website. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.